Poesía. Poetry. Greek meaning poesía. I create, yo creo, conveying love, at times some anger, lyrical yet magical methods of manifestations. I love it. A way of remembering, holding on to memory, preservation is called poetry. Predating literacy in many languages, 9 elements of poetry, alliteration, assonance, consonants, figurative language, poetry. I love the imagery. Rhyme with me, feeling the rhythm, sometimes bongos, but today cover me. I'm going in with drums and violins. I'm Dr. Poetry, I dancer while I write a stanza, choosing wisely my tone, bailando el son, escuchando la clave. Poetry, feeling the recentering rapidly to the movement of my pen as I express my thoughts through poem. What many refer to poetry, but was Latin really derived from the Romans? Negative, it's from the Phoenicians. Latin realmente no derivó de los romanos. After all, aren't we all hermanas y hermanos? Honors to all languages as we keep creating. We may all be speaking, but are we really communicating? I see you over there playing investigator all in my hair, pero yo no me ha muerto para que me estén velando. Entiendo lo que estoy falando, mi filia. Fica con calma, nene. No fica así, no. No fica con rabia, no. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages that connect us all. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. But for me, it's the ability to express my thoughts in several languages. After all, the point of it all is to connect and not disconnect. Protection for the connection. Embrace my affection. In poética dieri, soy doctora poesía, soy la doctora poesial. Oh, ¿qué aconteció como lengua latina? Ella es extinta. What happened to the Latin language? Is it extinct? Is it dead? Está muerto. Que un mercuriano inició de latín. ¿El donde veo? ¿De donde vino? Phoenician derived, said the Romanos. So they added CIC to create a romantic language of French, Romanian, Spanish, and Portuguese. Poesía. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency to embrace all dialects, accents that beautifully remind us of our diversified ancestry. Poesía. Sounds like a lot, right? I love it. Speaking Latin, Portuguese, and Spanish, but where did it come from? Phoenician. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages. Ninguém tá falando mentira, meu filho. Fica com calma, neném. Tá bom, não fica assim, não. There's always truth in the lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. Frequency. Ninguém me está orgulhando você por falar diferente. A linguagem que nos conecta a todos. Yo amo poesía con toda mi alma. Poesía. Feel free to hate on me. I'm Dr. Poetry, and I love poetry.
Yeah, 50.
I love it. Everybody, welcome to 220. What year? No, 2026? Okay, welcome to 2026 from Hear Me Out Poetry Network, y'all. I know we stepping into this new year. We celebrate fresh beginnings, right? Bold visions and the unstoppable power within each of us, right? May 2026 bring all of us clarity, courage, confidence, truth, strength, grace. Here at the Hear Me Out Poetry Network, we believe that every voice matters. This year, we encourage you to rise, create, heal, shine, and let your words carry light. Let your dreams take form. Let your spirit stay open to every blessing coming year. Coming this year, coming next year, coming all the years. Here's to growth, joy, and the magic of new possibilities, y'all. Cheers. Happy 2026. Keep your heart open and your voice loud, because this is Hear Me Out Poetry. And we're definitely not gonna be quiet. Welcome, Miss CHEEZCAKE, Nettles, and COSMIK Oracle. How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
Happy 2026, my good, beautiful people that Hear Me Out Poetry.
Yes.
Right? I hope you had a wonderful time. Did y'all party like a rock star?
Did. Actually,
no, I didn't.
Next year, you know what?
Mine was chill. I was chill, but I celebrated. I just was very chill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I partied the next day, hanging out with Miss CHEEZCAKE.
There you go. Right. Mm-hmm.
I didn't
We
go out.
party.
I didn't go out or nothing, right? And I think I did that on purpose, right? I did that
Right.
on purpose because I wanted my mindset to be clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me sit down. Let me clear up the possibilities and things I want to do. Like I want to take my first cruise this year. I want to finish my school year out. I want to, the first of things, do the first of things. And it's just and just keep growing as a spiritual being in a person, you know,
Yeah, I get
be
that.
and everything. So I wanted to come with a clear mindset of
Yeah.
coming in and then go from there. I'm not my new if they call it New Year's resolution, it's not to have one.
Yeah.
A lot of people this year, Miss Cheesecake, Cosmic, did y'all hear about that? There was so many people were against resolutions this year.
Yeah.
Like I was against it. I was in the middle of it. I was just like, it's not a resolution. It's like I gotta do shit.
Literally.
Oh, that's not, I like that. It's not a resolution. I got to do shit.
That's it.
What I'm doing this year is I got to do shit. It's not a
That's
resolution.
it.
I got to do shit. Like I'm going on an anti-inflammatory diet because I got to do what's good for my body. It's not because it's New Year's and let me do something for the new year. And we apply all this crazy pressure on ourselves that we know we're not going to do.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Cheesecake, talk to us real quick. I'm going to go around the room and then we're going to go jump right into it because we have a show in store for you. All
Yeah.
right? Talk to us about your new year coming in and all that greatness and what you got.
Oh, so basically what y'all just got through saying, like, I'm not in the New Year's resolution spirit. I'm more so do better. Whatever I
Right.
didn't do last year, do better this year.
Right.
I had fun. I stayed home, celebrated with some of y'all and
Yes, we did.
family.
Mhm.
And I'm just like in a space of like really changing my mindset when it comes to a lot of things. A lot of things I've unlearned. I'm still learning and processing. So I'm moving and grooving. I'm flowing through, ready for the
As
new.
you should, and I love that, and I think she's right. I know she's right. That's the way to do. Cosmic, talk to us, beloved, with your shiny glasses. I love it. I love it.
You know, my future is so bright.
It's
All right,
Come
as
on.
it should be. As it should be.
So I'm very technical. This isn't the new year for me. The new year is not celebrated in my world at this time. I'm still in my cocoon. It's the winter.
Second March.
There's
Right?
no such thing as winter or New Year in the dead of winter.
right.
It's, in some cultures, in a lot of cultures, it's spring, and others it's summer. So, of course, I have to, that's just me. I don't go based off the Gregorian calendar. So, but I do take it in and honor it because we've been under this umbrella of the Gregorian calendar since what 1582, I think is when it was established. And so this is what we're used to. So I honor both, but I'm still in my cocoon phase right now, and I am marinating on a lot, and I'm ready to open back up come spring and flourish. And I'm going with the flow. I no resolution. Just going with the flow. Just going with the flow.
I agree with that. I think that the best thing to do is go with the flow, yeah. Go with the flow. There was a time back in the day where I would just have to have a certain dress. Everything had to be a certain way. Now I still have these little rituals that I still do, y'all. I still have to make sure my house is always clean. I'm one of those. I'm a clean freak. My house has to be cleaned. As a matter of fact, it's a ritual every Friday, Saturday morning, blasting the music. The house is cleaned. If I see clutter, I'm already like, that's gonna affect my mind. Let me fix everything. But as resolutions, I agree. I don't do resolutions. What I do though, I do this all year round. I set goals.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I see there's like some type of situation that I don't like, I'm like, okay, I gotta keep an eye on that. I'm gonna keep an eye, mental note, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this. And then I start just organizing. If it happens to be right before Christmas or New Year's, then the universe decides when it's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna flip out on things the way I used to. I used to kind of be a little rigid. It feels good to have things much more relaxed and take it easy. Go to the beauty salon, cut the ends. You cut the ends. Stuff like that. But it's all year round, and I agree with you, Cosmic. Sometimes we are all on our cocoons. I like that. some of us are in emotional cocoons, financial cocoons. It's all a metamorphosis. You know, that's why I love the fall. I love the fall. I love when the leaves fall, because I'm already saying everything that's not meant for me is gonna fall right now, and then in the spring things will bloom, and it's gonna be okay. It sounds very what is it? Kumbaya-ish. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with kumbaya.
I'm okay with that. Absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I said to myself, you know what? Let me stop. 2025 was great because I had new opportunities, and I finished something, which is school, and I began something, which is the teacher, as you guys know, right? So it was great. So but I didn't stop until the Christmas break, which was December 19th. And then I said to myself, stop punishing yourself. Stop punishing yourself with your thoughts. Stop acting like you didn't do great.
Right. Have compassion. Have compassion with yourself.
Reward yourself. You must reward yourself.
I don't think so.
We beat ourselves like, I didn't do this. I gotta make sure this, and we put ourselves on deadlines and times and stuff like that. So like, nah, just go with the flow, let it happen. You're gonna get to that, but when you get there, don't make yourself sick.
Right.
Aggravated. Don't start trusting yourself more. Right?
That part.
We don't trust ourselves, so we stick to things that we think is good for us, which ain't. You know what I'm saying? So we stick to that. We like, yo, listen, I don't trust myself to be able to ride a bike or whatever it may be. You got to start trusting yourself more of decisions that you make, and then you like, it's okay to make this decision because it's been on my mind for a minute. You know,
it happens though. It happens. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the first one to like I was saying this earlier in conversation. I think it was with you. Yeah, there are moments I freak out. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, excuse my but I'll just be like, what? You know, and then I'll put myself in. And depending what's affecting me, like I'll sit around and I'm like, are they trying to do this to me? Because if that's it, then I'm laughing on the side. Like, okay, I saw that. You trying to fuck with me. But then there's like things that you got to take accountability for, and you participate in how you allow yourself to be willed into the madness. So with that being said, I want to jump right into it. Ladies, I know we have some spoken poetry today. I am excited. I'm also going to recite. Miss Cheesecake's going to recite. Nettles, we want you to give all the feedback. But of course, we're on time. We're on time now. We got these moments because, man, I feel like Nettles can have his own show when it comes to feedback because he gives good feedback too.
He does. Absolutely.
He does. So I'm gonna give the floor to Miss Cheesecake. Miss Cheesecake, you want to set it off with your reciting? What you got?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let us know what is it, what's it called, what's the name of it. Listen, 2026, we are chilling. We are not that we bohemian, but we kind of like laid back. We got our hair out. We don't get and by the way, Miss Cheesecake, I like your hair. I like what you did.
I woke up like this.
You woke up like that. I love it. Listen, we're on that. We're like,
you got that. Yes, that crease.
I'm red again. I'm in the process of changing my hair. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
New Year's. It's just these are things we do.
I said, Miss Cheesecake, get that Cree Summer. I don't know if y'all know Cree Summer. That Cree Summer vibe. That's what you got going. That Cree Summer vibe. My daughter,
I love it.
My daughter, she wears it like this, and I'm like, see, you got all your hair. You see what you did to mine?
Miss Cheesecake, you better go before we'll stay here with Nettles all day. I love it. His energy's on fire though. All right. Wow, what you got for us? I'm gonna ask everybody to mute up so we don't get no noise.
Okay, so I was actually having a conversation with Mr. Spicy over there on Stereo. Shout out to Mr. Spicy. And we were having a discussion about masking. When it comes to neurodivergent people, we have a tendency to do that, but it's deeper than just that. So I'm gonna dive into it. It's called We Who Hide Behind the Mask. Calling all people from future and past, the happy and sad, we who hide behind the mask, the girl who hides her tears and silenced her voice, who grew up into the woman who had no choice, the boy who was forced to be the man and when he became one had no plans, the innocent slaughtered in midst of chaos but your presence in high demand. Public figures, generational curses, ties of childhood connections slithered, cut at the root, or so it seems that mask is very bright as it gleams. The glimmer of hope unforeseen. We who hide behind the mask, standing on stage as if we're part of a cast and the stage is the world we face on a daily basis. Going towards the future without looking at the past, chapters incomplete, fill in the blanks, empty slates wiped away clean before they even begin to set the stage. Have you ever taken your mask off and looked in the mirror to see who's behind the bullshit that tends to please the masses? Have you ever sat down and cried and realized who you are as you look into your own eyes instead of trying to hide behind the simplistic disguise? Fight or flight, hypervigilance, hypnotized. You then learn to look at yourself and despise what it is that you see looking back at you, that reflection, because you realize that this is just a mirror, rear view vision of who you used to be, but yet you're still attached to, and instead of releasing, that's what you become attracted to, which is why you are the way that you are. Let that go. Let it fall like a baby down on the ground. You begin to crawl and raise up to new heights of growth in your development and the new fight with hope. You learn to cut ties with old versions of you. So I say, we who hide behind the mask, take a glimpse, looking in the mirror every day, looking at the past and leaving it behind as we move forward with transparency as clear as glass.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my God, Miss Cheesecake. Oh my God. Oh my God. When she says, oh my God, when she says, cut my ties with my old me, you cut the ties with the old version of you. I want to say I understand that. I want to say that I resonate. I think I would name that for myself if I could put myself in your shoes in that poem right there. I'm resonating. I would say when I used to wear the mask, because I used to wear the mask. And that shit showed up as fibromyalgia afterwards. Because when you wear the mask, you're internalizing all that shit, and you said all of that beautifully, executed beautifully. I love that. I think you deserve it. Let me see if this is working today.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You definitely get this right here.
I love it. I love it. I love
it. You get those snaps. Mwah. I love that. Seriously, all jokes aside, Miss Cheesecake, we needed to hear that, and I think we're all resonating in there. Today's
you got Miss Cosmic.
Yeah. I want to ask Miss Cheesecake real quick.
Okay.
Everybody know real quick on the poetic. Don't go nowhere. Is what I'm trying to get these people out there to make sure they stay in their seat. Let them know real quick what is the topic on Poetic Clinic today.
Oh man, we can ready to get deep. Today's topic is about spiritual warfare.
Okay,
that's it. I just want to. So if y'all heard that, I know you're doing a whole back. You're doing the moonwalk back. You're like, let me sit back here because Miss Cheesecake is going to talk about spiritual warfare. All right, Cosmic, talk to us. What do you think about that?
I like you, Dr. Poetry. I resonate 100%. I've had my situations, over the years where I've done that, where you have to cut off the old you, because if you don't, you're going to be dwelling in stagnation, and you can't move forward with those attachments, right? And we all put on masks, different types, of masks, for various reasons. And so I, for a long time, was wearing a very precise one. It was a form of protection. And I, at a certain point, and I thank my son, I thank my cub, because my cub helped me. It was when I was pregnant with him that I was like, I'm going to let my, here I am full throttle. I'm not hiding anymore. I am this way. This is my spirituality. This is who I am. Oh, I'm witchy poo. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. Yes, I am. And that right there, I was able to resonate and beautifully, eloquently, rawly, exquisitely brought forth. Mad shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Nettles, what you thought about that? Isn't it beautiful what she said? I mean, it's on point.
Not only is it beautiful, it's the truth, right?
True.
Spiritual, let's call it spiritual warfare that you said, right? You have a spiritual warfare not outside yourself, but within inside yourself. So when you have a spiritual warfare that causes disease and sicknesses oneself. So to protect yourself, you put on a mask, a facial mask, being something or someone that you're technically not. So once you become put on a mask, as she was saying in her piece, you basically hiding who you truthful you are. But one thing that's for sure God gave us is a reflection of oneself. And we have the conscious mind that we say to ourselves, Dad, hello, where are the real you? So we go on this spiritual warfare of a search of something. But start peeling back the layers and different things that, nah, that's not me. Nah, I can't do that, this and that. Then that mask starts cracking. And not mask, talking about face mask, the mask of character.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So when you start breaking that mask of your characteristics and your true oneself come out, then you can look within your mirror, within oneself and say, do I like you? Do I love you? Do I hate you? Am I mad at you?
Preach.
Right.
A mask is just putting on a fake mask of being fake and phony. No, it starts within oneself. If I'm doing something devious to somebody else, is that really me? Or is that just something I've seen or picked up? Or I can't face myself of what I just done. So I got to put on a mask, act like I'm this nice guy.
Right.
This woman. Or I talk to people this way, that way, or this way. So once you talk about self-reflection of oneself, and once you start getting rid of all this mask, you know, mask on. With Future, he's talking about being in the underworld. Yourself, your physical being could be an underworld of self. So I got to take this mask off and shine my light through it. That's a great piece, Miss Cheesecake. I love it.
She sure did it. She sure did. She did it with that. I love that, Miss Cheesecake.
Yes,
I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, and I think we're all vibing because I was able to hear some pieces before, and it's so funny how we're all sharing. Well, I'm not going to talk about it. I want to get to it. Miss COSMIK, you're up next. Talk to us.
All right.
Let's get it.
So this piece is called The Dance of Demons. They flinch when truth enters the room, not because it shouts, but because it recognizes. Some spirits only know rhythm when it is chaos, only know movement when it is defense. So when clarity arrives, they call it a threat. Watch closely, mortals. How misunderstanding curls into aggression because the understanding prevails. How confusion puts on armor and names itself authority. This is the dance. Ego spinning in borrowed confidence. Fear stepping forward as attack. A shadow pretending it is the voice. Not every snarl is ignorance. Some know exactly what they hear, and knowing fractures the mask. Poetry, quite often, is not soft. Sometimes it is a mirror that refuses to blur the incisions. And demons, whether named trauma, projection, hunger for dominance, shadow, or the old ache of unloved places, they do not like to be seen mid-step. So they lash, they sneer, they reach for the noise to drown the frequency. but I do not break rhythm. I do not bow to distortion. I stand rooted in my breath, letting their dance exhaust itself against stillness. Because truth does not chase, truth does not shout, truth waits and lets the unhealed reveal themselves by the way they move. And when the music ends, only alignment remains standing. Boom.
You better go off, shit.
I love it. I love it.
You better go off.
I love it.
I love it.
She did
Pretty
that.
fitting with the topic you got coming forth, Miss Cheesecake.
It's like I said,
Everybody.
we're synchronized. We're definitely
Yeah.
synchronized. We're synchronized. Miss Cheesecake, what you got for that? Because I don't want to keep diving in. I want to be the first one for everything. You tell us how you feel about that one right there.
First of all, my chest. That right there is absolutely. I feel like all of us have experienced that at some point. We've all experienced that, and how the opposition shows up in reaction to people's demons. At the end of the day, our experiences, whether negative or positive, doesn't matter. It's all energy. It's all spiritual. And you can just tell, just being at peace, that it disturbs people. You being kind, it disturbs people. Your energy is light, it disturbs people. And there's the reaction to it, but it has nothing to do with you because you're remaining grounded in the process of it all. And that bothers all.
It irritates me.
Ooh.
That is a fact. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I love what she just said. Them is your insight right now. It's basically where I'm at with it, because what I'm summarizing from that, I've heard this piece before and I loved it. I remember when she recited this and the adversary showed up out of nowhere. And I'm often saying the same thing over and over again. I say, my peace, my light irritates some people's demons. You gotta sit with that for a second. I could be sitting in a place and I'm just sitting here looking, watching, observing. Folks assume what I'm thinking, how I'm gonna move or navigate. But I'm just sitting there, just in my peace and my quiet, my quietness. And then I'll recite something and I could see the energy shift because it'll touch their inner demons. Now, I've been there in places where I've been irritated. My inner demons were irritated. I'll give you an example, concrete example, because I'm going to speak with concrete examples. When I was recovering from not having children, that's considered dealing with a trauma. And we talked about that with the masking, and we talked about what COSMIK just finished saying. Right? Remember how this is all alignment, by the way. Beautiful, COSMIK, what you did. When she says some people thrive only in chaos, right? I have relatives like that. My mom, chaos. And when I heard you say that, I was immediately brought to that moment where I thought I was healed, because you thought you were healed. We talked about that. I'm speaking to what you're saying. And I remember doing the what do you call it? The counseling, the therapy, doing everything. And then all of a sudden, someone triggered it. Well, I allowed myself to trigger it. I'm gonna say I allowed it because we allow it. They mentioned something about like women who don't have children, and this was a dumb comment. It's stupid. They don't know what real love is because they've never given birth.
Wow.
So I was there sitting there like minding my minding my own business, and then I heard that and I was like, and then these eyebrows came up. I was like, finish them. You know what I mean? Look how that shit comes up right here. Look, it went up, and I was like, what the fuck did you just say? You know what I mean? And it wasn't that person's fault, because people are gonna always say ugly. There will always be demons. How you react to that tells us if you're healed or not.
Hello.
And that reminded me that I wasn't healed. And you talk about the shadows pretending to be the voice of reason. Yeah, because when you're doing the shadow work, it's almost like it's very diabolical. It'll start telling you, no, you should do this when you really shouldn't.
Mhm.
You have to have discernment. You need to be balanced so that you know right from wrong. And then you said poetry is a mirror. It is. When you look back at your poetry, you have the reflections of yourself. It's a pieces of yourself in your poetry. You talk about truth does not shout. It doesn't. That's why I said I sit there sometimes and I'm quiet. Me knowing the truth, I say this all the time. I have the evidence. I just want the confession.
Mhm.
And I'll sit there. So I love what you wrote here. The Dance of Demons. First of all, the title.
Yeah.
And I've heard you say that before, Cosmic. I've heard you say, you know, if you have to dance, whatever you will. Like, you're not going to be afraid of it. A lot of warriors out here. But yeah, Nettles spoke to us. What about that?
I love the title first and foremost, right?
Shout out to me.
And now I get chills. I used to dance with the demons, right? The first thing you gotta say is I used to dance with the demons. I love that poetry emotion. I used to not be still in my truth. I used to like to be the loudest one in the room and say the first word. But with dancing with the demons, meaning the places that I went to and the people I hung out with. So, right, dance in the sexual acts, or if it's drinking and sexual acts and doing mischievous things, dancing with the demons, because you thinking your right is right, because it feels good at that time. It feels good at that moment. That's what you explaining. And then you write down, like, if you're an artist and you write things, like, you're like, oh, I wrote a masterpiece of things, but the mischievous things that I'm writing, it's like solidifying. It's like agreeing. It's like acceptance, right? To one day, we talk about spiritual warfare, right, Miss Cheesecake? So you go into your spiritual warfare, you go into your prayers. So you start going to your prayers, because the prayers is the only thing that can fight these demons. You sit with your oneself and fight with these demons. I started praying and asking for things, so I don't have to dance with the demons no more. Because when you dance with demons, you having bad dreams, nightmares, you're afraid, you're lonely. They said you have a dream and your teeth fall out, feels like you lose control of your life.
Right.
These are all signs of you dancing with demons. I love that piece because I can relate to that piece. That piece that you're saying with dancing with the demons. And then one day, I wanted the demons to release my soul. So I prayed. I swear, I might have been laying next to my wife and said, I felt the demons leaving my soul. I felt the change. Dancing with demons. See, people think demons ain't real. They're super real, and they from the underworld.
Yeah.
They're from the underworld. This is not a game. This is not a joke. And sometimes, again, you got to change. You might have to change your crowd, your thoughts, your mindset, and go through that spiritual battle within oneself. Because dancing with demons is no joke. Yeah. Go rob that bank. Yeah. Go hit that little club. Yeah.
Oh, say that comment. Why don't you? Oh, she's happy. She's feeling herself. Let's fuck her day up. Because I see demons don't come with a pitchfork, by the way.
No.
They're not the ones that you think that they cut the eyes like this and they got a tail and they look all Nah, they show up. And I call it, okay, I'm gonna get deep real quick. I call them negatives. You know when you're doing film, when you're about to develop your photos back in the days, and then we have negatives. Right?
Yes.
So I see it like this. When we go through hell, because we all go through hell. Hell, not a place where there's fire. Hell, where all the traumas and all the things you've been through are so fucked up. That's your hell. And you start calling it hell. The hell's going on here? We bring it to ourselves, right? We're vibing in that lower self. That's why it's hell lower, right? And then when we're riding up here, then we're creating our heaven, right? Because these are our lower selves. My lower self is my hell, and my higher self is my heaven. So when people see you vibing in that higher self, they'll take the negatives that you showed them when you were going through hell.
And smack you right in the face.
When we go through hell, we have the tendency to share that we're going through hell.
That's right.
Yo, Nettles, that's happened to me, and Cosmic, you won't believe, and Miss Cheesecake, this is happening, and you want to see, look, this, I went to these, the negatives.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that any of you are here doing this to me, but whenever you want to go into your lower selves and you want to be demonic, you take my negatives and throw them in everybody's face and show the whole world how fucked up Dr. Porchy when she was in hell.
That's right.
And that is demonic.
That's super.
Diabolical.
That's
Dark
diabolical.
ass.
So it doesn't always show up like in the 666 and it doesn't show up.
Rosemary's Baby.
Nah, it's not showing up like that. It's showing up like, hey, Dr. Porcher, you got a cup of sugar? I want to get it. You know, it shows up like that. It shows up like, what's going on, girl? Or what's up, girl?
Trying to be all in your business.
Oh, damn, girl, you look fly. You know,
like you said, just your language. Always, yo, man, I hate my job. Yo, man, I can't stand these people. I mean, the government is on my nerves.
You're bringing it in. You're just creating your lower self. You're creating your hell.
Inviting everything, and nothing high, no high vibration about yourself.
Nothing.
You just an empty corpse or whatever.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Time out. Who's that baby on your lap? Oh my God. That's happy. See, that's the most cute. He loves that.
Oh my God.
Girl. It's a girl.
This is our
Oh my God. She's so adorable. She loves you.
It's a boy. He's a boy. His name is Cody.
He loves you.
Yes.
What's his name?
Cody. His name is Cody.
Oh,
Yeah.
My mother-in-law is like and my mother-in-law is like 4'11". They both 4'11". So she's small. She was a very small woman. So she wanted to get a Yorkie, right? So my father-in-law and my father-in-law, my two daughters, and my mother-in-law went to Atlanta to go get Cody and everything. And she passed away 3 days later after she got Cody. So he's a sentimental dog for us.
for us.
You know? Because I wouldn't have no dog, but Cody's different.
But Cody loves you. I could tell. Look,
I know.
like he was talking so serious, but then I was like seeing like a people
saw-
like the hair, and I'm like, what? I can't. Because if I'm seeing it, all of y'all out there watching this, so I'm like, okay, we got to do something about this. I put on my producer hat, and I was like, who's that with us?
And jumped on my leg, and I was like, come on, buddy.
Oh, he's adorable. He's adorable. Shout out to Cody.
Say, what up, Cody?
Man, Cosmic, Miss Cheesecake, I love your pieces. I don't know. I feel like we are resonating. I'm saying what you guys are saying, but I took a different turn. I went into my scientific mind a little bit because I'm weird. I sometimes think I'm weird in a good way. Weird meaning I have the fate to control my own destiny.
Correct.
I have the power to control my own fate. Right. That's my etymology of
Etymology
weird.
of it all.
Right. The etymology of weird means the power to control your own fate. That's what it really means. So when I say I'm weird, it means that I'm seeing things like you guys are seeing things, in the sense that we pick up. Poets do this. Poets and writers and songwriters, even musicians and DJs, like they have that ear, and so we start looking at things. And I started writing something when I saw something that was plastic. It was a plastic bottle. And I started thinking about how it melts in the sun, and then sometimes it looks like it's crystal, but it's not.
Yeah.
It looks like it's glass, but it's not. And it could be burned. And then I started getting into how I remember how I used to be. So this piece that I'm going to present right now, that I'm going to recite, I used to be about the things that I'm speaking on this piece. This is not no shade to anyone. This is how I used to be as well. And now I recognize it when I see it in others, because I used to be that way.
Right.
So, and this is just transparency, y'all. Transparency. It's called plastic. It's how can I put it? The plastic variable. The plastic variable.
Variable.
All right.
I love it.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna ask everyone if they can mute up. Thank you. All right. The plastic variable. Lately, I've been attracted to human behavior. I've been studying a phenomenon of women composed not of flesh and fortitude, but of polymers, of pretense, a composite substance, of brittle ego and high density denial. Some are plastic, malleable in morality, elastic in accountability, bending their narratives until the data fits their desired conclusion. Their pathology is not that illness that they name, but the misuse of it. Woman bashing women secretly, a misapplied diagnosis, weaponized like a miscalibrated instrument indiscreetly that measures everything except truth. And we cite our conditions like footnotes that never led to peer-reviewed evidence, only to circular reasoning, a cup full of excuses, recycling through our psyche like synthetic waste and closed systems in the realm of cognitive science. We call this projection. The dislocation of one's internal deficits onto any available surface. Friends, strangers, reflections, even onto those who have only offered neutral energy, and their envy operates like a chemical reaction that destabilizes the room. And introduce any woman with self-possession, and their emotional enzymes activate, converting insecurity into hostility at a measurable rate. And their hatred is not the product of trauma, but drama, of refusal to metabolize accountability, to synthesize self-awareness through the slow and often uncomfortable process of introspective evolution. So psychology teaches us that healing is not linear, but it is active. And it requires participation, not performance. But we perform. Oh, we perform pathology like theater, turning symptoms into mythology and expecting applause for his chaos. And observe them closely, and you'll notice the cracks in their chasing of stress. Where's the authenticity? Should it grow? But it doesn't, because plastic does not age gracefully. It merely decays, breaking into smaller and sharper pieces that cut anything within reach. Yet this is not a study of condemnation. This is an academic reminder that mental illness is real. But so is my observation of those boosting their self-strangulation, and the two are not interchangeable variables. We, the human organisms, we must seek growth to transcend our own dysfunctions. But some choose stagnation, a controlled environment, where some never have to face the experiment of becoming better. And so I document, I observe, and I analyze myself and others, and you should too. Not out of malice, but in the name of empirical truth. A plastic being unchanged by pressure, unsoftened by compassion, using one's ailments not as a pathway to healing, but as an armor against responsibility, remaining an anomaly in the scale of human resilience. Not unsolvable equations, but an unanswered one, awaiting the day we stop projecting inner demons and step into the observable light of our own becoming. I'm Dr. Poetry.
Wow.
You better say that shit,
Wow.
y'all. You better say that.
Sorry, I got to lie because I was there.
That's okay. You did that. That was it right there.
I was there,
that was-
y'all. I was there.
She was preaching.
Mm-hmm. To the cry.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. That
Darling, the words, the
Wordplay crazy.
flow.
I mean,
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow.
mental health, because I deal with mental health people for a long time, is a sickness when it's in itself. But with people with mental healthness, you can't say, yo, you're mentally, your mental is sick, right? You can't say that to a person who has mental health, right?
Mental
You know
health
why?
situations. We all have mental health.
Right.
You don't want to say that to someone who has mental health challenges.
Yeah.
Right. So what would you say is that's their reality? That's
Nah,
their-
you know why I said this? You know why I wrote this? My mental health situation at the time. That's why a quick promo. Reach out to Amazon and check out my book, 680 Tinton Avenue, Sue
Mhm.
Aside. I wrote this book and I wrote this poem because at the time I was so depressed as a 12-year-old, 12 to 13 years old. I was an adolescent. And I'm saying this to you because I didn't know that wanting to kill myself is poor mental health. I thought that was my reality. I thought that's normal. Like I went through so much shit as a child, and now I want to kill myself. So now I'm angry. I would fight to the point where I wanted to see, like I was ready to, you know what I mean? If I don't see blood, I'm not stopping. And so it was kind of like really bad. And I didn't even know that. And so now as an adult, I don't want to fight because I know how I get. And I'm a police officer, so I had to really be disciplined for many years. You know what I mean?
That's why I said mental health is not a sickness of somebody's reality, right? I work with mentally kids, right? And a young lady, she's going through it. That's her reality. When you do, as a fellow human being, right? Not the teacher and all that, as a fellow human being, help her dig inside of her own greatness. That what she heard all her life that she's not.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So once I show it to her or them, then they can start healing in the process. Right. Because I used to say to myself, Dad, God, why my mom had to die when I'm young?
Right.
Dad, why my father had to die when I was young? Like, I don't have nobody. Like, they got big families. How come they get big families? I don't understand. But it messes with my mental health.
Like, and your emotions. People forget that the emotional part of ourselves and the mind is all included in mental health. I mean, can we get a witness here? And not only that, but it's like when you get older, when you're older, you didn't realize that you were doing all that. So as you get older, like I wrote that from the beginning, you'll hear me say, lately I've been attracted to human behavior. Right? That's the first thing I say. You know why? Because I am. I'm like, oh shit, she's probably suffering from this. And I don't want to diagnose anybody, but it's like because I recognize it because I was there.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you, Miss CHEEZCAKE, COSMIK, and Dr. Poetry. One of my mental health issues was I don't want to have kids. They said, why you don't want to have kids? Because you know what? I don't want to have kids because you know what? If my mother can't see them, then I don't want to have kids because my mother's not here to see them.
Depression.
So I rejected my thoughts and things like that, and I was robbing myself. I'm here. I heard my mother say, "You're here. You get to enjoy them."
That's right.
Right.
So you heard that in a voice.
You hear that in the voice, but I'm suffering for a long time to where I didn't let up on that. I was not letting up on that, and something like that was normal to me. So I understand when it's plastic and how you robbing yourself from your own pleasure.
Like you have to be fake. You're almost plastic is fake. It's artificial. So it's just so many play on the word because I was like, oh my God, I'm actually being fake right now because if they knew that I'm the type that I would fucking okay, I'll give you an example. Miss CHEEZCAKE is very free about, she'll say to you real quick, I'll go from 0 to prison. She'll say that. Unapologetically. Right. I know that because I put myself in the police force, I've had to control things I say. I can't say that. Because now they're like, she's a cop. So I can't say that. I know I'm not gonna do that, but I know who I am. Yeah, like I know what I've been through. I know that I've been beaten to the point where it made me like, whoa, guess what? I'm a CIA. You could torture me all you want. I'm just gonna be like, you foolish mortal. Like, and you can smack me, and I'm like, and what I'm saying that right there, what I just described. I thought it was normal. I thought it was so dope when you go to the doctor and they put the needle that I could look at it and look at him and be like, it don't hurt me.
Yep.
I'm not afraid. And I thought that was dope because I thought that being the strong person was the mom, I'm strong. You almost threw me out the window. Guess what? I'm right here. I thought that shit was normal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all something. I thought it was so normal that I'm like, I like being on the cover. I like to be like Dr. Poetry, the fluffy, Dr. Poetry. And then if somebody want to come over here, boom, I want to surprise them.
Yeah.
Right? And I love that. I used to love that shit. I'm talking about love. I still do. I just be like, don't tell them.
Yeah.
Let them think that. Boom. You know what I mean? Like I'm like that, and that's not good. Same thing as being a cop. The same thing. I'm always a good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. You could be a homeless person. You could smell, and you still a sir, a gentleman to me. I'm gonna treat you with respect. But if you come from my throat, you're gonna finish eating out of a straw. I like that. I like that they don't know that. I like that people think that I'm like. I want you to think that.
Yeah.
I want you to think that. You know what I mean? And so that's not good, because you know what? That's almost being plastic. They don't know. You're not being real. Like they call it, you're not being real. But I would often defend it by saying things like, not everybody deserves to know the real me.
Right.
Hello.
You don't have a front row seat in my life. You don't need to know the real me. You get plastic. You're going to get plastic. You're going to get Chinatown.
Right.
Because if you're not authentic with me, why the fuck should I be authentic with you?
That's right.
That's just me being me. But taking accountability, writing what I wrote, if you understand it, it's about the elastic. And then I use elastic in accountability. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Accountability, it could be elastic because we don't want to really take full accountability. We'll take this much.
And then what you're saying right there about not taking accountability, that's being plastic to yourself.
That's right.
Applause from chaos.
It's
right?
the misuse of it. It's the misuse of it. Go ahead, guys.
I was just saying that's where you get, she mentioned in her piece, the applausal from chaos.
Right.
The applausal from chaos is constantly, it's like that, feeding that continuum of that particular way you're flowing, your behavior, whatever. Like, then you also said what, miscalibrated perceptions or miscalibrated something. You said so much that was so on point and beautifully articulated with your word flow. I was just like, oh gosh,
thank you.
One of the most scariest things, right?
I wanted to give me real quick. I hate to interrupt you, but I wanted to give Miss Cheesecake the chance to speak on it real quick because we got to keep moving.
Okay.
That's right. I want you to hold that thought real quick after she speaks on it. Real quick.
Gotcha. First of all, wordplay crazy. Oh my God. Wordplay crazy, but there was one part in particular that stood out for me, and that's the plastic rotting and breaking off into tiny pieces to continuously cut. You don't even realize the shit you sitting in until you get to feeling it. You don't even smell it anymore.
Right.
You so comfortable in your shit. And then like the study of human behavior, I love it too for that exact same reason, because I was there and I can identify that shit in other people, whatever it is that they're going through. And mind you, not a professional at that. But I can see it. And once I see it, I can't unsee it. So that right there is definitely relatable. That coming to terms and being authentic with self, like, is the most beautiful self-reflective thing to do. And in order for you to do that, you got to sit in your shit, feel it, process it, and heal it.
Right. Oh my God. Thank you for that. Nettles, you were saying something before, but I want to say this real quick before she so I don't forget my thought. Ladies, you won't believe I first started writing this because I started seeing it in other people.
Yeah.
And then I sat with self. I'm saying when you sit with self, it sounds corny because we say that a lot, right? I sat with self. But you know what that looks like? First of all, the acronym to self, shout out to Doc Babe. Self, eternal life force. And I feel that my self, eternal life force in me, the one that my mom almost broke, she actually thought she was going to break me, but actually she just created a whole powerful woman, right? I was 13, I was like, boom, I had no other choice. I had to wake up out of that. And when I see people doing me wrong, why can I see it so clearly? Because I lived through it, but I was there. I was doing the same shit because somebody was hurting me. So if we want to be, we want to, women bash women, men bash men, we all bash each other. But when I want to defend myself, I'm learning to not defend myself by using the same venom that they're giving me.
Exactly.
Because then I'm bashing them too.
Yep.
Now, I know we come from a line of fuck them. But if you're really working on self, you don't want to come with all that, you know, I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. So what that meant, it took me to write down and really sit with myself and say, why do I see this in this person? Why do I see that? Well, maybe it's a mirror effect. It's because I was once that, and I could any minute now I could trigger into going back to that. You know what I mean? So I really, it was a piece that I wrote, and trust me, that's why you don't see me saying she, you. I say we. We. I don't even say I. I don't think I say that too much because I feel like we all been there. And so I want to really be mindful of that. I really am trying to be responsible with what the hell I'm saying. Nettles, you muted. I'm sorry, honey. Go ahead.
No. It's okay because I was talking to my kids. I didn't want them to make noise and everything. No, that was beautiful. Well said. It's like this, right? Life's a big movie, and everybody's actors and actresses in it, right? But we get caught up in that. Okay, it's y'all ever seen? Was it 2007, 2008, whatever? The Joker, right?
Yeah.
Right with Heath Ledger, right? So Heath Ledger took on that characteristic of the Joker because it was written for him, right? And then he became that character. So sometimes people mimic other people, right?
That's it. Copy paste.
And forget the characteristic of themselves. They take a little bit of piece of this, little piece of that, little piece of this, and they lose their own identity.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Very true.
And again, as a teacher, I keep bringing up my teacher. I got one student. He's off to his regular school, but when he's with me in the class one-on-one. He was himself, his true self, asking questions, wanting to learn, wanting to do this, wanting to do this. Soon as another kid came in, he started walking like him, talking like him, this and picking up his characteristics. I said, no. You're not going to do that. That's not you. It's cool to not be cool.
Right. That's why I said it's okay to be kumbaya. Not everybody's going to like it. Right. It's cheesy almost to want to work on yourself. You're looking weird. It's lonely. It's okay, but you could be weird. Like, what did I say about weird?
What would be weird? It's to be your truth.
The power to control your own fate, the power to control your own destiny. Right. That is weird. And if being weird is weird, ugly weird, then I'm ugly all day.
No,
So be it.
If I wasn't,
I love being weird. Shout out to being weird.
we all have influences, right? In that doing music. Right. Definitely the 1990s was my influence.
That's it.
F school. I don't want to go to school. That's for losers. This and that, this and that. Now here you are at a certain age trying to play catch up.
And Nettles, now that you said catch up, we got to catch up with Chili Chill because you got a promo to announce. Tell us about the DJ Chili Chill show. What season are we on?
Oh, yes, we got the Chili Chill show coming up soon. Season, is it 3 or 4? I think 3. Season 3 with me, AG, because it's going by so fast.
It's going by.
Like, you can catch season 1 and 2 on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe back. The DJ Chili Chill with me, DJ Chili Chill, and my girl AD. We're gonna have some special guest surprises. We in the works of doing that. It should be ready in a week or so and everything.
Right.
But yo, come check us out. Check us out. You can catch us
too, right?
On
Clubhouse.
Say again, I'm sorry.
On Clubhouse.
Yes. Oh, Clubhouse. Yes, catch us on Clubhouse Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Freestyle Fridays. Usually we do Monday music review at 8 to 10. Tuesday, Woo Wednesday, or 8 to 11, Woo Wednesday. And then we got Freestyle Friday. It can go overtime. We start like 10 until whenever. So bring your greatest artwork. Go in there. If you want to review it, we'll review it. Help you get better at your gift and your craft. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't criticize. We help you critique it. Right. Don't criticize. There's no criticism. Ain't no this is whack. No.
All right. Well, then we definitely gonna go into that intro to their promo right now, y'all. What is it? The DJ Chili Chill Birdhouse. The DJ Chili Chill Show.
Tune in, powered by DJ Chill and the Birdhouse DJs. Featuring Birdhouse artists such as Candyman Rock, Rican Worldwide, and Silhouettes. Follow the Birdhouse on Clubhouse and online. Or y'all follow at the Birdhouse website.
Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. It's your boy Bone chillin' with the Bird Gang, and your boy Chili Chill do the damn thing. You can rap, make beats, you can even sing. You can do it all right here, on your way to fame. Don't let nobody tell you different. Never give up on your dreams, know that you're gifted. You are what the game's missing. Bring everybody in here, come take a listen. The Birdhouse is on a mission. Good vibes only, so chill with the sneak dissing. If you independent, throw it up. Chili Chill, keep it real, that's what's up. Northwest, east to south, we all doing big in the Birdhouse. Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'.
What a bird game! We always keeping you lit in the Birdhouse.
Yeah. Shout out to my man DJ Chili Chill, AD, and again myself, Nettles Owens. Thanks for that promo. We love it, man. Like, subscribe on our channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Sponsored by Hear Me Out Poetry, man. I love it. And the COSMIK gotta get y'all on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On that show, so y'all can display your talent. Don't matter. I don't care if you play an instrument. If you nice with it, come
right? They have some dope stuff. I love it.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, I love you girls, man. For real. It's nothing but positive vibes. And then I was talking to Dr. Poetry off record, and she noticed, she said, you always stay neutral. Right? She said, you always stay neutral.
I wasn't complaining when I said it. Don't say it like I complained. I actually said
no.
Let's get that shit straight.
No. She just described something about my character. She just described something about my character.
Yeah.
She just described something about my cat. She said, you always stay neutral.
He's neutral. He's not about that. You know what I think you should do. He's right. Very like, you know what? We all working, and I love his spirit, and that's why you're here, because we love that. We really do love you. The only thing is that I want more time on that clock, and I gotta get to the poetic clinic because we gotta get to the spiritual warfare. We gotta get to the listen, young. Amen.
Come on in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I'm Miss CHEEZCAKE, and you are now in the Poetic Clinic. Let's chat. Come on in, have a seat, kick back, relax, and rest your feet as we dive into the mental avenues you may feel are your defeat. But at the end of the day, it's my treat to have you in my seat as we dive off into the things I like to call a mental feast. Push your pride aside and your emotions in it as we take a ride down to the Poetic Clinic. Let me stamp in your mental passport as we travel to lands beyond. Things that you thought were your last resort, I will help you define and continue to be your support, poetically and prophetically lifting you up, the mental aspects of poetry that overflows your cup. diving into the deeper aspects and channel yourself, healing, feeling, and validating yourself through the mental chemistry, spiritual ministry, and poetry. Right here at the Poetic Clinic with your favorite dessert, real solid, no debates, with your mental poetic vibes with Miss Cheesecake. Let's dive into the trauma, the pain, resentment, and fear. You might get a few laughs and definitely will shed a few tears. But no worries, I got your back and your front too, as we dive into the psychological passages of what you've been through. So make yourself comfortable, have a seat on the couch, and trust and believe I'll hold your hand through it. And that's a word of mouth with your favorite dessert, straight to the point, no debates, in the Poetic Clinic with your girl, Miss Cheesecake.
Well, howdy doody. Good people out there. Happy 2026. It is a new year, new vibes, good vibes, great energy. We are here in the Poetic Clinic with your favorite dessert, Miss Cheesecake with the drizzle on top. And I wanted to do something just a little bit different and talk about something that absolutely, of course, ties into, mental things, but let's get a little deeper on the spiritual aspect of things. That's the topic for today, spiritual warfare. A lot of people don't know what that is, so I'm going to give you the layman's term explanation, and then I'm going to give you my own perspective of what I think it is, what I know it is. So, spiritual warfare is the concept of an unseen battle between good and evil, forces like God's kingdom and Satan's forces that influence human lives, thoughts, and world events, fought not with physical weapons, but through spiritual practices like prayer, faith, and resisting temptation. It involves an internal struggle against sin and external opposition from negative spiritual influences, with Christians using spiritual armor, prayer, scripture to gain victory according to many traditions. Some of the key aspects of spiritual warfare, like how to identify it. The battlefield is an unseen realm described in scripture. Example, Ephesians 6:12, as a struggle against spiritual forces, not just people. The opponents, God versus Satan's, demons, fallen angels, the tactics of evil, lies, temptations, negative thoughts, and sowing discord to sever connection with God and influence culture. Um, the believer's role to enrage in the battle by using spiritual tools to resist evil and align with God's will. So that's some of those aspects. And to break it down, like I said, how it's fought, prayer, and this is just, again, the layman's term and breakdown. How it's fought, prayer and fasting, essential weapons to resist evil influences. Faith and truth, relying on God's promises and seeking truth over deception. Spiritual armor, Christianity, putting on the armor of God, truth, righteousness, peace, faith, and salvation to stand firm. Mindfulness, being aware of media, thoughts, and associations that can create spiritual vulnerability, good actions, choosing kindness, patience, and purity over sin. The signs of spiritual warfare, like the common interpretations, would be persistent negative thoughts, doubts, and fears, feeling overwhelmed, discouraged, or spiritually fatigued, um, experiencing reoccurring problems like financial relations that seem to unusually be persistent, and struggles with sin or old habits that continue to resurface. And the end goal, to achieve freedom from evil influence and live in unity with God, rather than being controlled by worldly or demonic pressures. And that's just like, the layman's breakdown. My perception of it is all of that, but at the same time, let's take a step further and look at it when it comes to not it being a, how do I put this here? Like an example of like spiritual stuff that, you know, is between God and evil and God and Satan and good and evil and all of that. Look at the people. Heaven and hell is not a physical place, it's within. You choose that. What I've experienced when it comes to spiritual warfare is that all of us are experiencing it not only with ourselves, but with others. All of those things that I just got through naming, you'll be put in different situations to where you're being basically tested and, you know, triggered and traumatized in certain events and things of that nature that will make you feel like you're under attack. That's because you are. It's a test of wills. It's a test of like where you at in your journey. Because at the end of the day, we're all constantly growing and evolving. And that's the whole point of this. I've been in situations where I've been at complete peace, minding my business, not bothering a soul, and all of a sudden it's a situation that might not even have shit to do with me arise, and now all of a sudden there's something within me, to where I'm feeling attached to that, like it's siphoning energy because that's all it is. Spiritual warfare is the siphoning of energy, is the siphoning of your spiritual life force. It is a situation to where you will be put in combat, with old versions of yourself, honestly. Because at the end of the day, we as people, we are just spirits having the human experience. And whatever it is that we see in others is more than likely something we've already seen in ourselves. And if we haven't seen it in ourselves, it's going to come out eventually. That's why we get triggered. That's why we become reactive. That's why we become responsive. Do I believe in good and evil, Jesus and the devil? I believe in everything. I'm just going to be honest. I believe in everything. Um, I don't consider myself to be a religious person. I'm very much spiritual. I understand that there is a duality to everything, and we have the decisions to choose which way to go when it comes to that. So I got a piece, um, that kind of ties into that. Like I can go on and on and on and on and on, but we don't have that much time. But I wanted to talk to y'all about spiritual warfare and what it means to me in poetic form. Spiritual warfare. I know you see the bullshit happening right in front of your eyes. The hidden lies are magnified to hide the truth, and the constant battle raising tensions going through the roof. I see it daily, people being used as a puppet, simplistically for mere distraction like a hungry beast feeding from your reactions. The domino effect of entities, jumping from people, instantly anger, sadness, depression, and a host of other things that are far from a blessing. And when it's done because it moves on to the next person, the oblivious behavior, the nonchalant, non reactive, passive aggressive, manipulative behavior that people display afterwards is diabolical, as if they have amnesia. I see it more than narcissism. It's more than just a mood shift. It's hell on earth, hell within, and a slow internal death. And the cycle repeats itself on a daily, hoping to change the narrative in your life and bring your vibrations to a lower frequency. Open your eyes and take a look. Yeah, you can read some scriptures from a book, but if you're not facing yourself and becoming one within, that is exactly what they will do, is feed off you and eat your sins. Undisplayed truths, unresolved traumas, definitely having daddy issues, and some of them with your mama. Thrown back in your face just to get you to react, just so you'll be upset. And their spiritual appetite gets to become fat. But when you starve them of the energy, they have nothing to feed off of. And I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about the spiritual entities that have a hold of them, speaking of the people, the things that they don't see, the things that they don't feel, hiding in the shadows like a goblin to the night. And then after being feasted upon from a leech, it jumps onto the next person. But in reality, they really believe they're at peace. They're not. They're just entities looking to feed. And as soon as you give into the unnecessary greed, you just become the next seed planted without a care in the world into somebody else's battery, planted in your back like a robot, walking around completely oblivious. Ignorance is bliss without a worry or a care. What's your experience? What you're experiencing is spiritual warfare. The last thing I will say is to stay prayed up. Don't allow anything that you haven't faced within to be something that energies can't feast on again. Although they will try, your armor was built to survive. You just have to learn how to thrive and never let it die. because once you do, you become one of the sheep, one of the many feasts the leeches begin to eat. And without a worry or a care, you're just in a constant repetition of spiritual warfare. And that is my take on that. So going forward, starting in 2026, I really want y'all to like take the time to really dive in, of course, your mental health, but start nurturing that spiritual health too, because it's all intertwined. The mental, the spiritual, the physical, the emotional, all of that is a body in itself. It's a system, and everything needs to be aligned in order for you to function properly. So going into 2026, make that your priority. And shout out to y'all for listening and viewing. I miss Cheesecake. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you for coming in and sharing your truth. Instead of pruning the surface, you dove deeply to the root. It might have been a debate, but you definitely took the time to go in it, sitting with your girl, Miss Cheesecake, at the Poetic Clinic.
Most of the time, I try to remain in peace. I'm reminded that we are all children of the universe and we have a right to be here. And there are times I'm feeling very, very broken. I was in tears, my eyes were swollen, couldn't figure out my sudden development of emotions. Was it the medication? Am I running out of patience? I was questioning my own existence. My thoughts were lost and they're losing their color. My pockets are no longer filled with sunshines and rainbows. It felt like someone, something smacked my hand right off the knob as I was trying to change my own frequency. And no longer having control of managing my highs and my lows. Someone, something was striking me, hitting me below the belt. At least that's what I felt. I was reading the 0%, the torch, Economy, think like a monk. Somehow, the low vibrational waves of sadness were forcing me into a repugnant funk. Turning the volume way low as I play sensual music like Sabrina Claudio. I walked on the grass trying to recharge and I'm grounding, but this feels like drowning in quicksand. I want to tear my bachelor's degree and my master's in criminal justice, criminology, badges in the sewer, because I want to return to a time where I didn't know all that I know now, and having the chances of this psychosis where few of the side effects was whispering, I'm here to remove your intellectual character, your power. I'm hanging on to a string, contemplating if I belong or should I move on? And I move on. There's someone or something though is trying to strip me emotionally naked. And I'm off, I'm on, yet I study. I can't hear the Morse break down all the contracts and treaties. How I love to study and review with my beloved Morse. But something, someone is attempting to take away my melody, my sensuality, ability to examine pertinent information. Yet it's trying to invade my intellectuality, my quality, my state of being. I feel like it's creeping, attempting to devour my well-intention, taking over my vocal cords, playing with my sentences, rearranging my words to keep me from spreading peace and light. But I'm Dr. Poetry, and I am reminded of my atoms, my electrons, my neurons, and they will always win. I'm a winner, the empress of my cellular empire. Return to sender, the diabolic malicious intentions of these entities multiplying for the sole purpose to finance agendas, keeping we lost. And I remain positive in a negative thought process. Yes, someone, something is attempting to silence my purpose, my greatness, my encouragement of realizing and accepting the painful awakening. I am enough. When I lack understanding of so many harsh realities, I'm reading Black Nobility. The horrors of these malicious surnames and families controlling every inch of humanity. My spirit can't bear to read. Oh, I feel better, yet I transformed the energy meant to destroy me. Instead, it erudited me. A curse turned into a blessing. I call that alchemy. I'm Dr. Poetry, and I didn't call you. So don't come for me. I'm reminded we are all children of the universe. We have a right to be here.
We have a right to be here. And shout out to Miss Cheesecake.
Wow, amazing. Clinic.
Oh my God, that poetic clinic. Let me just tell you. Oh my God. She had me, I was going in. I had to fix up a little bit up in here because I was in little tears. She had me in tears. I was in my feelings. Okay. When she said a couple of things that I already knew, but when she said what she said, we see it, but we ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
We try to call it everything else except what it really is. So I didn't take notes because I was interrupted with a sudden development of emotion.
I love the fact she said this, right? Which is she said there's no heaven and hell, right? There's no heaven and hell. People think there's every places. Then I'm with her on that, right? Because like Bibles, Qurans, this and that, those are study guides and tools that you can apply to your life. But we are on a spiritual journey. Because they try to scare us to say, oh, this is like this and this is like this. But when you go through your own truth and do your own studies, you will see the truth and the truth of the light. And that we are all on a spiritual journey in a physical form. We are gods and goddesses. And I understand that clearly because my father passed away. My uncle's like my father passed away in 2024. And as a young kid, I didn't understand that language. But as I grew older, I started understanding the language, right? Because words are very powerful. We can scare you. It can scare you or encourage you. It's just, as you said something earlier, Dr. Poetry. I try not to say certain things because, like, you don't know how people are going to respond to that. And this cheesecake, she just got in her bag, in her mind, and not a lot of people going to understand that. They're not going to.
If you feel like I'm feeling you out there, you know what she said.
But once
and she said it. There's no room for questioning. It was in rice and beans. It was unambiguous. It left no room for questioning whatsoever. There's no uncertainty in what she said. You can act like you don't know. I'm confused because that's what we do. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know what happened, but you know what the hell happened. Why don't you want to call it, speak to it?
You're fully aware.
Yeah. Cosmic, you're quiet on this, which I'm surprised. Talk to us.
No, it was so on point. I've talked about it so many times. I've done shows on spiritual warfare and the various types of spiritual warfare, the stuff that's happening that is seen, but there's also the unseen. So, and she touched upon it all. And, spiritual warfare being most often the clash between old conditioning versus conscious awareness. Trauma responses meeting truth. Shadow material surfacing when growth accelerates, and just all that stuff, right? And then you have the forces of light, and the forces that thrive on distortion and corruption and suppression. There's the unseen stuff, and then there's the seen stuff. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that piece you wrote, so you had the clinic, and then you had your piece, and it was so on point.
It was so on point. I love that. I really, really did. Miss Cheesecake. I'm never surprised. I think we learn from each other. We're getting some back noise here. Hold on. Okay, good. Hold on a second. All right. So yeah, I love what you did there, Miss Cheesecake. Like I said, I text you in the back. I'm very transparent right now. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was in I got the sniffles still. I was in there and she said what she said because I write journals too. Like I write my poetry, but I write journal to self. It's in one of these books right here. When I'm processing something that I'm about to make a decision, that's life-changing for me, I don't care how dope you are as a person on the outside, but if I see certain things that are not being healed and that are compromising my healing, that are compromising my productivity, it's compromising my health, I'm gonna I'm the warrior. I become this warrior that's gonna fight for my own thing. And I don't really have to make too much noise when I do it. It's a very simple thing. I just remove myself away from it really quick. And I make sure it doesn't come back. You know what I mean? Like stand back. Because if you don't see what I can see, you blind.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you said what you said, it was confirmation. Not that I needed the confirmation. I didn't need it because I already did what I had to do. But it was like, yes, I know I'm not seeing things. And no one's going to tell you what they see. You got to see it. Because you could, like, I talk about Nettles being neutral. And Nettles, you're muted. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. I speak of him being neutral.
Yes.
Oh, it's really bad. Really bad. You gotta fix your audio. Honey.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been just.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll get back to it. I'm just gonna say this really quick, and then we're gonna jump into Cosmic's insight. But I'll say this really quick, because I thought it was so important what you did, Miss Cheesecake, with that, and I felt needed to put in the psychosis video in there because when I wrote that, I was speaking on some of the things you're talking about. It feels like drowning. It feels like quicksand. I feel like something's trying to come for me. The more I read, the more I try to learn, the more I'm becoming aware, the more it's creeping on me. It's making me doubt me. It's trying to stop my sentences from, stopping me from speaking. If I say white, they say, no, you said brown. And if I say the sky is pink, they're saying, no, you said it's blue. And so that's how it comes. It creeps in like that, right? So when you said what you said, I enjoyed not only the way you said it, but the words that you use to describe what it looks like. You painted a perfect picture of exactly what it looks like. I love it. I don't know. I just loved it. I was like, oh God. But yeah. Listen, while Nettles gets his technical difficulties, audios, we definitely gotta go straight into Cosmic Oracles, Cosmic's insight, y'all. You know,
Let's get it.
I love this, and I can't wait to hear the life path number she got going on this one. Okay, we're not gonna find out. Let's go.
In the starlit night, secrets unfold. Cosmic oracle, with stories untold. Whispers of faith, reach out to the sky. She'll read your cards, let your spirit fly. Planets align in a cosmic dance, unlocking your truth, offering a chance.
Greetings and salutations, beloveds. It's Cosmic Oracle here for this week's life path number. Now, this life path number wanted to come very strongly to the forefront. The seeker of inner truth. The lovely number that walks between worlds. The mystic, the philosopher, the analyst, the silent knower. That's right. And where others, gather information, this number distills wisdom. This path is truly the path of direct knowing, extremely observant. And I mean extremely, more attuned to what goes unspoken. Can you take a guess? That's right. It's life path number 7. Yes. Number 7. And number 7 is not here to perform for the world. This particular life path number is here to decode it. And so, where's my other? I had to write some things down. The 7's soul themes. Inner knowing over external validation. Very loud and clear. spiritual intelligence, and sharp perception, seeing patterns others overlook, truth-seeking beyond dogma, thriving in solitude, which is their sacred classroom. And I decided to use a new deck that I got over the holidays to bring forth not a tarot card, but an oracle card. So I shuffled, and it's interesting what card flew out of the deck. So before I go on to the oracle card, though, the message that came forth, I do want to state that the life path number 7s, they learn truth in experiences, profound, full throttle experiences. It's not an inheritance. It is learned very precisely. That came through, so I just wanted to make that statement. Now, this card, this deck is plant medicine and animal medicine. And the card that came forward is the crow. I was not surprised. I'm very familiar with the crow, as the crow is one of my creatures that is with me all the time. My guides, one of my guides. So the crow has come forth to speak. And there are some key words here. It says defend, voice, and fearlessness. And the card states, speak your truth and defend your territory. Without fear, of course. Omens and signs may point you in the direction of a barrier in need of shifting. Yeah, stand with integrity. Knowing deep in your bones that being true to yourself is of the utmost importance. Communicate with cleverness and get a little tricky if needed. But take care to do no harm. Let your voice be heard. Ooh. Yes, the crow has spoken. And there you have it, life path number 7s. All right, that is it for this week. Until next week, COSMIK is out. Toodles.
In the starlit night, secrets unfold. Cosmic oracle with stories untold. Whispers of faith reach out to the sky. She'll read your cards, let your spirit fly. Planets align in a cosmic dance, unlocking your truth, offering a chance.
Woo, man. Oh my gosh. Listen.
Somebody relate to that was expressed there?
Yeah, I mean, I was. All right, listen. Listen here. I am a life path number 7. I really am. And I'm going to say this. First of all, thank you, COSMIK. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
You have a way with words and the way you really are. Shout out to you, because that was beautiful. The way you stated that. So on point. Especially towards the end, you said, and without doing any harm. Oh, you look like my mother when you said that. When you said without doing any harm, it just reminded me of what I said earlier. I want to do things right without doing any harm. I said that I don't want to bash anything. I don't want to, because I know where I tap into sometimes that is not a good place. I say this all the time. I'm not speaking out of, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I'm not using amplified reflections when I say this to you guys.
Right.
But what she said there as a life path number 7, we are truth seekers. We want to know, and we tend to know these things. You said it's not inherited, it's through experience where we gain our truth, where we see the truth. I'm that type of person that I have to touch the iron sometimes to make sure it's really hot. You can tell me it's hot, I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to touch it, I'm going to get burned, and I'm going to be, oh shit, it was hot. But there are times, see that part about the inheritance, there were a lot of times where things will come to me that had nothing to do with my experience. And I'm picking up on everybody else's experience without it being mine. And so I pick up on that and I say to myself, where did this come from? So I know that there's a lot of things that I'm going to protect. And you said, do so with your integrity. I want to make sure that I keep my, listen, all I got to say is copy that. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because copy. Miss Cheesecake, what did you think about that right there?
I think that describes you perfectly, and I can definitely feel like where she was coming from when it came to the part about the experiences not being inherited. This is just a situation to where you got to go through it. Like you said, sometimes you got to touch the fire just to see if it's hot. It's learning from experiences. And I feel like all of us are, in that space sometimes. But that definitely resonated with you heavily, and Cosmic did her thing as per usual. Why are we surprised?
I'm not surprised at all, though. You're right about that. I am not surprised because Cosmic has a way. And then the thing about it, the card that came up when you decked the Oracle, by the way, the crow, she's so funny. She put the caca. Right. She put the caca.
I'm always on the birdhouse. I'm crow, hear me roar, raven, crow, you name it.
God, that was good. That was good. Thank you. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
It had me actually going into the 7 realms of what her mind is. I said, let me Google what Cosmic is talking about because I gotta say this correct. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the 7 chills of, they say 7 layers to get to heaven, 7 layers or this and that. To get to your destiny and fulfill your destiny within self and everything, and it looked real nice in her scene. That is, looked real nice and peaceful. Like she got candles lit. I think I'm seeing candles. I'm smelling candles.
Right. You're smelling candles. We're smelling candles.
Yeah,
right.
I'm smelling candles, just bringing that vibration and that vibe and stuff like that we need. And everything. You and Miss Cheesecake bring that vibe, and Dr. Poetry bring that vibe of voice. Like, we don't. That is not just for men, women, but it's for the world. Everything y'all speaking is the truth of what's going on in the world, and people don't talk like this no more. As you said, Dr. Poetry, people. You see, let's say Nikki and Kim, right? They're powerful women, powerful people. But we don't get that peace. They don't talk about, you know what? Let's have peace. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about womanhood. This. And what y'all doing is I got a sisterhood right here that is unbreakable. And you speaking on this, she's speaking on this. I'm going to catch this. You're going to get the whole piece of the pie.
Right.
She's going to give you some cheese. She's going to give you some bread. She's going to give you, you know what I mean, some topping, sauce and stuff like that. They're putting the whole spiritual. If to stop a spiritual, they call it a spiritual war. But to stop a spiritual war, just say everybody's spirit has a spiritual gift or come from the spirit.
If there's a war, that means, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna address everyone out there. If there's a war, that means there's warriors.
There you go.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's warriors of light.
Right.
And I like to think that these ladies and myself and you, Nettles, believe it or not, we are warriors of light.
Right.
And notice warriors of light. I always say this. I started in the academy. There was how many of us? There was like over 170 cadets when we started in the academy close to 19 years ago. I was in the academy, 20 pounds lighter. And I was in there and I was like, there's a lot of cadets, right? It's 170. And I remember this drill sergeant, right? Because it's very quasi-military. He walked in, y'all. He was like it's very military. He was like, look to your left. Look to your right. You may not see them next time. I was like, damn. Not everybody can go to the fight. Not everybody is set up for wars. And some of you have light. And that light is going to irritate those that have the darkness within. I was like, what is this? Where am I? Harry Potter? Like, but he said what he said, and I understood it, y'all. And what Nettles is speaking of is that it seems like, and I think I heard COSMIK say that too when she mentioned this earlier, you were like, yeah, they'll say, witchy poo. All those things. To be honest with you, we each carry light. Some of us are tapped in. And sometimes that irritates others because they don't even know that they can be tapped in and really be there if they only knew. And so it doesn't mean that we're not. It doesn't mean that we cannot. It's just that some of us embrace it. And not all the time. Like she just read 7, Sometimes we need to touch the iron to know that it's hot because we're not listening, because we're so kind of like in a trance with other stuff that's going on, and we got to snap out of it. And it's a wake-up call. So thank you for that, by the way. That was dope.
Yeah. It was called Zombie Like Minds.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie Like Minds. The Walking Dead is for real. Like they don't. Like when you awoke, you got mental health problems. When you awoke, you're weird. When you awoke, you don't know.
You're a philosopher. When you see philosophy, when you see things, you're considered. When you see a little, hey, even if you have ADHD, they consider you like something wrong. When you're really enlightened. I mean, I see enlightenment in all of this, even the autism. Like I know what this is, but they don't want. And then they're like, she's eccentric. That's another word for it.
Right.
Yeah. Like Aquarians.
More times I've heard that.
Right. They say that to Aquarians. A lot of Aquarians.
It's like my father said, words are spells.
Hello.
Right?
Yes.
So they hit you with the spells. Mm-hmm. Different things of that nature. And so if we can do, it's good spells and bad spells. So if we do the good spells, good spell,
the God spell. Remember that?
Spell.
Hello, the God spell. We got something coming soon called God spell. Don't be talking about our stuff now.
Yes. So if we come together and do it that way, because your algorithm, everything, we always talk about the algorithm, how important that is, right? Hey, you could be a basketball player. Hey, you could be a basketball player. Then your kid says, I'm going to be a basketball player. I'm going to be a basketball player. Or you're going to go to jail. You're a loser. Right? So
unless, but wait, I will say this, and I'm speaking from experience. You said that I gained my truth from experience. I'm going to give you an example of that.
Right.
My older brother, my older sister. Shout out to my older brother, my older sister. Everything I say here, my family has okayed it because they know it's the truth. My older brother and my older sister, they're from my mother's first husband, right? And they had ways of doing stuff that my other sisters and I didn't do, right? Like we kind of did everything mama said to do. But when they did it, it was kind of like, I don't know, they wanted some other time. Anyway, my mom would always say to me, I'm the youngest, you're going to be just like so-and-so. You're going to be just like that because I'm seeing it. And now, see, I'm not that kid that I'm eccentric. I'm special. Excuse me. I'm special. I'm that person that's going to be like, I'm different. I'm going to say, no, I'm not. I'm not that. And now I'm going to dedicate my whole adolescent life till I turn an adult to prove to mama that I'm not going to be that. Mm-hmm. So now not only am I not going to show you that, but I'm going to be so much better. Not everybody's gonna tune into that. I'm saying it because there's a reason. Because you're right. If they keep hearing that, most kids will be that.
That would be,
but she got me, the one that she blocked from having children. I came through. I'm a little different. I'm like, you said I'm like, what? Oh, this is fun. Watch me show you all through my years how I'm not that. And I would prove that. Knowing I didn't have to.
Right.
I didn't have to. But I felt like it's mama. It's my mother. I gotta prove it to my mother. You know, it's like I don't care if anybody else. I don't have to prove shit to nobody. But my mama had to prove to her. Like,
that's right.
No. And then when she started noticing that I was not like that, now she's in the cognitive dissonance. Now she's upset because now I'm making her look bad.
Right.
Because she really believed I was going to be like that.
Right.
And what I'm saying is that happens in interpersonal relationships as well.
Interpersonal relationships.
Business deals. You're going to have folks say that poetry ain't going nowhere. That shit is a wave. It's only going to be there for a second. Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a fucking good time because I'll be going to the fucking Academy Awards in a minute.
That's right.
I'm like, I'll sell a house and I'll make sure that we have the
presenting coming to the stage.
You know what I mean? Hear me out poetry at the Grammys. No, I'm kind of like that. I'm very, you know, like ex-husbands. How many of this happened? You know, like, you know, you let it, and I'm like, what? Watch me. Let me go into the police academy. You know what I mean?
So I love that, Cosmic. I love that piece, Cosmic. I love your piece, Cheesecake, and I love your introductions. The way your piece it comes on is it's magical.
It's beautiful.
It's magic.
And they each have their way of doing it. They each have their way, Nettles. I'm glad you pointed that out. The way they see Cosmic is Cosmic.
Yeah.
And Miss Cheesecake is the Poetic Clinic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any else. Sure, it started on Hear Me Out Poetry, but I hear Poetic Clinic, I see Miss Cheesecake. Right. You know what I mean? That's her thing. That's her thing. And she's been doing this since she was on Shout out to Stereo. Mm-hmm. This, as a matter of fact, guys, we're about that time. I want to give you the floor, Miss Cosmic. I know Cosmic wanted to have a reflection, so we're gonna give you the space for a second for you to give your reflection. You want to give a reflection on just a new year and all these wonderful things, encouragement stuff. And then we're gonna go to our last thoughts, our shout outs, right? Shout out to the Birdhouse, shout out to conversations people are not ready to have, a badge of pearls and all that greatness. Okay, well, we'll get back to that. Let's give Cosmic the floor real quick, and then we will be out of here because we got to get ready to go. And first of all, can we give a round of applause for Nettles Owens? Shout out to
Thank you.
You got great things coming through right before Cosmic. What you got going on real quick? Tell us. Give your shout outs real quick before we go to Cosmic.
So again, shout out to my brother DJ Chili Chill, my sister AD. So we got the clubhouse that's popping every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 10 on Mondays, 8 to 10 on Wednesdays, and 10 to we close on Fridays. And we got that Spit That Saturdays, one man DJ Tellum and Brung. We got the third season. Yes, we got shout out to Big Cool too, my brother Big Cool. We got the third season of the DJ Chili Chill Show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of greatness, a lot of special guests on there. You will hear new music. Oh yeah, new music. We got it going on, man. We got it going on.
Don't forget the merch.
Yes, the Chili Chill merch. You gotta check it out. I mean, listen, we got a lot of wonderful things coming this season, and you never know who will stop by, right?
That's right. You never know who's gonna say what's up to y'all.
I want you to go to YouTube. You can reflect in the season 1 and season 2 of the Chili Chill Show on YouTube. Press like, share. Press like, share. Press like, share. You know.
Okay.
You know the rules.
Absolutely. All right, Cosmic. I know we gotta get
Instagram. Catch me on my Instagram, Nettles Owens. The real Mr. Nettles Owens.
All right, that's right. Y'all heard him. Make sure y'all catch him on the Instagram and the Birdhouse and everybody out there. AD, DJ Chili Chill, Big Who, 808, Brung. Shout out to Brung. Big hugs to Brung. Happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that greatness. Listen, we got a lot. All right,
Yes.
we gotta get going because we're about to go. So we gotta hear Cosmic, and then we out of here. And Cheesecake, please let us know when we're done with Cosmic. Okay, hold on. So Cosmic, talk to us.
All right. So the collective, and I just wanted to share this. I wrote on the new year. It is a new year, but many of you may not feel like a new version of yourself quite yet, and that's completely okay. This is normal as the first few weeks in January. Around this time of year, I've always found myself deep in transformation and not yet coming out of that transformation until around March in my cocoon. Give yourself some time and some grace. You're learning to operate your truth, not society's truth. And we must do this unapologetically, point blank, period. So here's a list of things that are pretty much guaranteed to recharge you energetically and give you your vibration, that boost, especially if you are an empath. Sunshine when you can get it. I know it's the time of year. Hydration and full night's sleep. Organizing, decluttering, doing good things for other people, getting out into nature, immersion in water, stretching, any form of physical activity, really. Meditation, your favorite music, boundaries, supportive people, surround yourself with supportive people. Cold exposure, breath work, affirmations, listening to the rain, and a well-balanced diet. Humbling your ego, observing and replacing bad habits with good habits. Intermittent fasting, time alone, and time around good people, positive people, waking up early, gardening, earthing, grounding, and most importantly, gratitude and vibration. So that's just my little list. Raising your vibrations is all about creating daily rituals. Without a consistent commitment to unlearn, clear, align, and show up, our frequency will carry too much density to allow you to experience your multidimensionality profoundly. Remember, folks, we are electromagnetic beings. The sun communicates telepathically with each individual on this earthly plane of existence, cleansing, healing, and recoding us, even when it's hidden behind the clouds. That's how gloriously powerful our sun is. So with all that being said, in the Kemetic words, Ankh, Udja, Saneb, meaning in life, power, and wholeness and good health. May your energy stay protected, nourished, and divinely aligned, wrapped up in stardust and soul light, always shining bright. There you have it.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Nettles, you muted, honey. That is good. Thank you for that.
Sorry, I got caught up in the poem, man. Still was in my zone. Listen, the words are is super encouraging and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
I had a great time.
Yes, Miss Cheesecake. Yes. Tell us where any shout outs, any upcoming projects you got going on.
Well, first of all, shout out to HMOP, of course. Shout out to us. Shout out to Granny Wowzers.
Yay, Granny Wowzers. Yay.
Sunshine. Shout out to everybody. Definitely, y'all can find me on all social media platforms, Miss Cheesecake. The album, Layers of Love, out on all streaming platforms, the Spotify podcast, conversations people aren't ready to have. I'm thinking about doing something pertaining to conversations people aren't ready to have, either between today and tomorrow, about spiritual warfare. I want to dive deeper off into it.
Yes.
So
I think we need that. We
Yeah,
need
yeah.
that. Absolutely. Cosmic, please talk to us about your projects. You have a book coming out soon. You have your store.
I
Yes.
do. So I have my book coming out soon. I was so like, it needs to be out by this time. It needs to be. I kept, but I just released and let go and like, you know what, it's going to flow and come into the new year accordingly. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Not too far from now, actually. So that, and then go ahead and head on over to, you see that right there, the Cosmic Cove store. Yeah, there you have it. And that's pretty much it right now. Yeah. So
you guys are always full of wonderful stuff. I will say this really quick before we go. As you know, I have my new book, the new chapter to the series, 680 Tinson Avenue, apartment 15A. It is the chapter called Sue Aside. You can find that on Amazon. You can find all the music and poetry out on Apple. Is out on all social media platforms. You can find that as well as the app. Don't forget, we have an app. Hear Me Out Poetry has an app. You'll see it on the scroll right there. Just go in there, open up your profiles, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Same thing with the YouTube channel. Go in there. I like what DJ Chill says all the time. He's like, violate that like button. Make sure y'all go in there. Okay, violate. Do it. Now go in there, share, and make sure you guys go over to these beautiful ladies' websites as well. I have Badge of Pearls. I have my clothing line. I have everything in there. I have shades, clothes, shoes, boots. You call it. We even got tactical gear for those law enforcement officers that want to stop by and check out some stuff. We have it all. So make sure you go in there. And we have a Hear Me Out Poetry store as well. We are working on it. That is definitely got to be done in 2026. I'm probably going to merge. I don't know. I'm thinking about probably putting a collection within the Badge of Pearls. I'm not there yet. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with everyone. But yes, go check out my book, though. I'm telling y'all, if you were like me, a teenager, really struggling at one point, you'll be surprised at the things I've overcome. And this is for you. And for those parents out there who have teenagers, you may want to look at that too, because suicide is no joke. And it's definitely a great, great read. I have the 3rd chapter coming soon. It'll be on drug abuse. Yeah. So it's going to be, and each book always has poetry at the end of the book. So it's all available on Amazon. Also Floetic Echoes. I feel like I'm talking a lot. All right. We got all that thing out the way. Shout out to DJ Chili Chill, the Birdhouse, like I said, and Nettles always in the house with us. Thank you. Yes. I call him Dr. Owens because I'm affirming that he will be a doctor. Because studying for his PhD, his doctorate. So shout out to him. And everybody else, y'all, I love y'all. Hear Me Out Poetry's not going anywhere, y'all. We are not a minute. We are a movement. All right.
I will be back. I will be back, ladies, as long as you have me.
Yes.
That's right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And again, don't forget, check out the Birdhouse on Tuesdays. All right. They're coming soon. They're coming right back. They just finished their season 2. It's all available on the Hear Me Out Poetry channel, and it's also available. It will be available soon. I have to have a meeting with the man in charge over there, DJ Chili Chill, to see if it could be available also on the app, because we have ways of doing that. I know Hear Me Out Poetry is always available on the app. You are looking at us right now. We are on the app right now. So shout out to all of y'all. I love y'all. I love you.
Poesía. Poetry. Greek meaning poesía. I create, yo creo, conveying love, at times some anger, lyrical yet magical methods of manifestations. I love it. A way of remembering, holding on to memory. Preservation is called poetry. Predating literacy in many languages, 9 elements of poetry. Alliteration, assonance, consonants, figurative language, poetry. I love the imagery. Rhyme with me, feeling the rhythm, sometimes bongos, but today cover me. I'm going in with drums and violins. I'm Dr. Poetry, I dancer while I write a stanza, choosing wisely my tone, bailando el son, escuchando la clave. Poetry, feeling the recentering rapidly to the movement of my pen as I express my thoughts through poem. What many refer to poetry, but was Latin really derived from the Romans? Negative, it's from the Phoenicians.